Hey y'all, I have in front of me a FN Browning high power. This thing is probably, either late 40s or early 50s manufacture, based on the serial number and based on just a few other things, like it doesn't have an external extractor, it's all internal. And I actually picked this thing up here about a week ago and I instantly just fell in love with it. It just shoots so nice, just so smooth, the action is so smooth, just everything about it is just, for lack of a better way of saying it, just classy. I mean, these wood grips, you just don't see just craftsmanship like this anymore. Once I picked it up, I fired it a few times once I got it to the range, and I instantly just love the way it shoots, and it's now my everyday carry. The wood grips, just how smooth it is, it just feels so good against your skin when you're carrying it, not like a polymer grip where it's just like digging into you. It feels like it's stabbing you after a couple of hours. This thing, it just, you know it's there, but you almost forget it's there. It's really odd. But before we get started, I do want to apologize for some of the noise. It's kind of windy out today, and there is a 6-lane freeway about 100 yards that way. So yeah, that's kind of the environment I'm dealing with right now. But let's go and get started. I just want to do a quick disassembly, just show you all kind of how it works. For a takedown, well, before I start getting it taken down, I do want to show you that the gun is clear. Okay, no rounds in the magazine, and I have an empty chamber. Okay, so let me put it all back together so I can show you the proper way to get this thing disassembled. First thing you're going to do is you're going to eject the magazine, and then next thing you're going to do is you need to lock the slide back. We're not using the slide lock bar because that's our takedown pin. Okay, so what we need to do is pull it all the way back, and if you'll see, the safety has this little hook here, and we're going to use that safety to hold the slide back. So push it all the way back and engage your safety, flip it up, holds the slide, takes tension off your takedown pin, and you're going to push up here like you're trying to catch the slide, and then push back. I'm pushing on a pin here. Okay, push up, push on that pin on the other side, and then just pull it on out. Set that off to the side. Now since this thing is still under spring tension, you don't just want to hit that slide, that safety, and have your slide just go off into who knows where, hit the side of your house and put a hole in it. Don't want that. So I'm going to hold the slide, take the safety off, and just gently let it slide on forward. So that's how you take apart the slide, and the frame. So next thing you're going to do is you have your mainspring and your guide rod. This thing's under pretty good spring tension, so you just gotta be firm with it. Push forward, and then just pivot up, and just let it come on out. Simple as that. And you can take these two apart. They aren't attached to each other. Really, the only benefit to doing that is just being able to put some oil on this, which is always a good thing to do every once in a while. Okay. Next thing you're going to do is you want to remove your barrel. The barrel is locked into a couple of locking recesses in the top of the slide. So what you're going to do is push forward, kind of trying to simulate the camming action of this block. You're going to push forward like that. Then you pick up the slide from this end, the barrel, sorry, from this end, and then just pull it right on out. Simple as that. And that's pretty much as far as you're going to want to disassemble the pistol for cleaning. Okay. So this may look familiar to anyone who's ever had a Colt 1911 or any other design similar to that. You have your locking lugs on the top of the barrel that lock into, I'm not sure if you can see it well, but there's two locking recesses in the top of the slide. It just locks into that. So what happens when it's firing, just put this back together just to show you. So in the frame there is a bar that this kind of cams in and out of. So when it fires, the slide and barrel recoils just a couple of millimeters, a few millimeters, and then it engages into that bar, and that pulls the barrel down and allows the slide to keep recoiling while the barrel stays still. And that pulls the cartridge out, flings it out however far it wants to, who knows. Then it picks up another cartridge from your magazine and inserts it in, rides back forward under spring tension, and locks back in. Simple. It's pretty much almost like every other 9mm out there now. Just uses a tilt barrel locking mechanism. This is something you'll see on almost every modern 9mm pistol now. This camming block here. So that's pretty much all there is to this pistol. It's just a wonderful thing to shoot. I highly recommend if you're ever able to get your hands on one to try it. And let's go ahead and put this thing back together and wrap this up. So insert your barrel. Okay. Make sure it locks back in. There we go. Okay. Now with the guide rod and spring, what you want to do is see how you can insert it either this way or this way. You want to make sure that when you insert it that this ring is pointed down, because otherwise the guide rod is not going to be parallel with the slide, and you're not going to have a very good functioning gun at that point. So your slide assembly is all back together. So now the next thing to do is just put it back on your frame. And get that lined up. Okay. So then you're just gonna push it all the way back. Lock it with the safety again. Get your takedown pin, slide lock. Just put it back in like that. You have to make sure it's lined up with this hole here. This end is. Otherwise it won't insert and you may mar your finish, and you don't want that. So, last thing to do, your takedown pin is in place so the slide isn't going to fly off. All you need to do, disengage the safety. So, now, we're back to having a fully functioning gun. Okay, that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching.